Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Command TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Yesterday, something happened, but it did not catch the attention of many people. It did not even catch the attention of many media houses. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula, returned the list of the 50 CAS nominees to the appointing authority. And the appointing authority here is the president. The list consists of the chief administrative secretaries who were appointed by the president. And the reason why the list was returned to the appointing authority is because, as far as the Speaker of the National Assembly is concerned, nowhere in the law that the National Assembly is required to vet the CAS. Nowhere. Not even in the Constitution. Not even an act of parliament. Nothing indicates that these officers should be vetted by the National Assembly. So in this video, I want us to look at the political meaning, the political implication of this move. Because if you ask me, hili jambo ambalo haliwezi kuchukuliwa vivi hivi. If you ask me, from where I sit, the following are some of the remarks that Gashi's Command TV is going to make about this issue. Whether Parliament was asserting its authority, whether Parliament was telling the executive that you are not going to dump anything here, ours is not rubber stamping, will not be used as a doormat, only time will tell. But I believe the statement was strong. The statement was clear. Ujumbe ulimfikia rais. And what he did, he told the chief administrative secretaries to report to their respective ministries. Hili jambo ambalo wengi hawakuwa wakilitarajia. The first thing that comes to light is that the AG, JB Muturi, is on the spot. This is the man who is the legal advisor of the government. The question that begs the answers is, mbona hakuweza kumpa rais mawaidha? Mbona hakuweza kumshauri? Amwambie kile ambacho unafanya hakifai, hakipo katika sheria. Hakuna mahali ambapo sheria inakuhitaji kupeleka majina haya katika bunge la taifa ili yaweze kuhakikiwa na kukaguliwa na wabunge. Jambo hili alishindwa kabisa. And this one tells of the AG who is sleeping on the job. This one tells that JB Muturi is not equal to the task. This one tells, it puts the office of the Attorney General in bad light. The other thing that come out is that the government look like it is dysfunctional. Serikali ambayo haifanyi kazi kwa njia ambayo haifai. Serikali ambayo doesn't have the idea of what should be done. Indeed, the idea of CAS is not the idea of William Samoei Ruto. This is the brainchild of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is the one who came up with this kind of administration. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta is the one who felt that the cabinet secretaries needed some kind of assistance, and that is how he came up with this. Na hii ndio shida ya kuwa na serikali ambayo haikuwa tayari kujipanga, haikuwa tayari kufanya kazi, kwa sababu hawakuwa na mikakati yao, hawakuwa na mbinu zao ambazo wangeweza kuzifanya, kuzitumia na kujua kile ambacho kingefaa kufanywa. Again, this could be a way of telling the president that as far as parliament is concerned, this is an illegality. This is something that is not within in the law. Because the framers of our constitution, when they were saying that we should only have cabinet secretaries, they were alive to the fact that they needed assistance. But they did not do this. Indeed, this has been a case, a matter of a court case. But because the judiciary has been compromised by the executive, kile ambacho tunaona, kile ambacho kinajitokeza ni kwamba the government was given a go-ahead to go and appoint the CAS, which in my view is wrong. Because if it is not in the constitution, and you know, the government, especially the head of state, has been saying that whatever he is going to do is or must be within the law. But now when you read the constitution, when you read the acts of parliament, nowhere do we have room for appointing the chief administrative secretaries. So the government is doing on something that is illegal as far as I am concerned. And I believe this is a statement that parliament was putting to the executive. The other thing is that the situation put the executive and the government in an embarrassing situation. Even the head of state, he has been embarrassed because, you see, although we say error is to human and human is to error, some of these errors are huge, if you ask me. Some of these errors are reckless, if you ask me. Some of these errors are too much. There are too many, if you ask me. And they are very serious. So when the government is embarrassed like this, in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of the voters, watu wanaona serikali ambayo inafanya kazi bila kuwa na mipango mahususi, bila kuwa na mipango mikakati ambayo inafaa kufuatiliwa. The government that wakes up and decide what to do without consultation. Because all said and done, we can see that there was no consultation here. No consultation. Because if there was consultation, if there was proper consultation, the office of the IG and that of the president could have consulted and realized that what they were doing was not within the law. What they were doing was wrong. Again, when you look at this situation, what we can say is that maybe Parliament was trying to assert its authority. You know, there is a belief among the voters now that the executive have captured all the other arms of government. The executive have captured the judiciary. The executive have captured parliament. And whatever parliament is doing is to please the executive. Whereas parliament is supposed to provide oversight function. Parliament is supposed to make law. Parliament is supposed to amend laws. Parliament is supposed to vet the CS. Parliament is supposed to impeach the president. In my view, this is a volley. And when you look at all this, Moses Masika Wetangula comes out in good light compared to executive, because you see, yeye anaonyesha kwamba yeye anasoma sheria, yeye anasoma katiba, yeye anajua kile ambacho kinafaa kufanywa. And this one tells us one thing, that the leaders that we have in this country, they know what should be done, but they deliberately don't do what should be done. Kwa sababu, what we have are young leaders, youthful leaders, and you see, youthful hyenas are very, very dangerous. Youthful hyenas are very ferocious, and they can devour you. Ni heri fisi mzee asona meno, kwa sababu kama fisi hana meno najua hawezi kukurarua akakula akakumaliza ukawa kitoyo chake. But when you see the young hyena, a hyena that is very greedy, is going to devour you, is going to devour the resources of this nation. And kile ambacho tunaona katika nchi ni mambo ambayo hatukuwa tunatarajia inaweza kuonekana. And if you look at the way the president is bringing the parastatal bill, something like that, and they want to be selling, they want to be allowed to be selling the parastatals without involving parliament. Imagine. That is what they want. And for those of you who follows the politics of this country, you watched what happened in parliament when Azimio stood very firm and told the UDA MP that there's no way that you can sidestep us as far as the sales of parastatals are concerned. Because according to Azimio, it is very clear the government's appetite for land, the government's appetite for money is on another level. And it was a very, very interesting debate. And I like the way parliamentarians now are asserting themselves. And I have also opined that if the institutions that we have are allowed to function independently, the police, like now the police, the way they should follow the law and let the people enjoy their democratic rights, this country can be very good. But the problems comes when we have the executive trying to lord it over other arms of the government, independent institutions following the executive, looking at what or listening to what the executive want to hear, want to say, looking over their shoulders, not to offend the executive. This is wrong in my view. So, when Moses Wetangula returned the list of the nominees to the appointing authority, he did the right thing. And this is what Kenyans expect. They want a parliament, a national assembly, a senate that will tell the government, will tell the executive when it goes wrong. The same case should apply to the judiciary. A judiciary that is independent. A judiciary that doesn't need to be bribed to do the right thing. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, the president and his government were embarrassed by Wetangula's move. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not, and please like this video, and you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.